Indeed. I apologize for multiple appearances in the same day, but I have brought along some of my compatriots who were curious about your church and the orb that rests at the top of it.
The woman. We're
It's pretty clear he's very uneasy with you right now. Yes, what can I do for you?
We do not request to have a direct audience with the orb or anything like that, but you mentioned your follower that went up there and is rendered blinded, and if it was be at all possible, it would mean more than anything else if we could at least have an audience with her and merely speak with her. I can assure you hundreds upon hundreds of healers have tried to help our keeper, and she is unhealable. We do not seek to aid in her healing, though we do, of course, offer condolences for her condition. She seems, from what you've said, she seems to have embraced her current state in stride. We merely want to have an audience with her to talk to her.
Why?
We're curious about what happened when she approached the orb, and if there's any sort of connection that she feels towards it. If there is, what?
Why do you care so much about a piece of light?
If we suspect that through some insight about the nature of the light itself, we could use the knowledge in our own endeavors to rid the darkness in our land.
You would be much better off getting a sharper sword than getting a pebble full of light.
I introduce myself. My name's Denora, cleric of Palor. This light seemed to draw me, and not in the utilitarian sense. It seemed to draw me to speak to me. On the pilgrimage here, I did not expect a light so brilliant. And I want to speak to this keeper just to see what is behind it.
Roll a diplomacy check.
Oh fuck. Knack for success. What is my diplomacy? Sweet. 7. No. It
looks like it goes, follower of Palor. You're in the Church of Moradin. Surely you have your own artifacts, religious artifacts to pray to. Why pray tell must you insist on using ours?
We do not.
Excuse me, I was talking to the follower of Palor.
I do not seek to use it per se, but to see what's behind it. What is the power behind it? Moradin is a good god.
Is Moradin. That should not be hard for you to accept.
I am on a quest to become a religious scholar, to understand more of the gods, the good gods. And Moradin is one of the good gods.
And you wish to speak to my keeper, to the orb's keeper, excuse me. To the orb's keeper, to learn more about why she was blinded?
She has a connection to something so arcane. Older than the land itself.
Well, I wish I could say you were the first to come here and say that, but you are not. If you really wish to speak to her, well, go ahead. There's a ladder over here. And he points you at a ladder. And hold on, I have to handle this call.
Okay.
Hello? Nope. Yep, you got the wrong guy. Alright, goodbye.
Is this Jason Polaro?
Yes, oh, fuck.
Alright.
Killed him in their sleep, I swear. Alright, where are we?
He's pointed us to the ladder, and...
Yeah, he pointed you guys to the ladder, and, says if you really wish to go up there and speak to her, fine, but be warned, if you do take the orb, you won't get far.
Of course,
Yes, well, I can allow the follower of Palor to step up there if she wishes, but as far as you two, the Silent One and you, I would feel much more at ease if it was just her alone.
If that is your wish, we will honor it.
And if you will wait outside the church.
Very well.
Oh, Dozer! You're gonna be my fall guy. I wanted you to be blind. Anyway, I ascend the ladder.
Okay, you ascend the ladder and you see what Greg saw, a large spiral staircase going up to a trapdoor.
And I ascend the spiral staircase.
You go up to the spiral staircase, open the trapdoor, and walk inside the room. There is an old lady sitting next to a staircase, rocking back and forth in a rocking chair. She's blind. She's wearing a blindfold.
I introduce myself. I say, well met. My name is Denora.
She says, I know who you are. Why have you come?
You know? You know who I am?
The orb speaks to me still.
What does the orb say?
Ask your friend Greg. His orb speaks to him. He was here last night, wasn't he?
I just acknowledge silently, yes.
Now, what do you want?
Me and my group are on a quest to destroy the Demon Baron.
Mm-hmm. A
And we
great
feel-
threat, sure, to be sure, but he's not the biggest threat in the world.
We may understand, but it's the threat that's mobilizing against towns we were brought up in, towns we must protect.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel that the orbs...
And you think the orb's power can be used to help you. You know the sacrifice you make when you acquire an orb?
I just stare at her and just nod.
No, you don't. You don't know the sacrifice you make. It takes your soul. He didn't tell you about that, did he? Probably doesn't know, poor bastard. Once the orb leaves him, that's it for him. That man will have no afterlife. He will die. As will I. Once the orb leaves me, I will fall to the ground and die, and I will have nothing. That's why it grants you immortality. Raises you to life, so that you may continue to live and feed it. But once it's chosen another host, But once it's chosen another host, you're done.
Do you know why you were chosen?
No, I don't know why. And it has been centuries since I've been chosen, but the orb has never told me why it took my eyesight or took my soul.
I don't want to invade privacy, but what does it tell you?
Tells me things. It has no emotions attached to it. It's a magical construct. I can tell you it is not of Moradin, or at least Moradin alone. It is much more powerful than that, and yet the only thing it ever tells me are facts. Facts about what has happened around me. It keeps me informed about the activities around me. It lets me know if I would see somebody I recognize. It lets me know who's there that may be hidden to other people, but other than that, it's very quiet.
And I gulp and I say, when did it start talking about me?
You in particular, well, only recently, last night, when your friend poked his head in here, said that you were among them, and that you would make a fine new host, a nice, young, nubile body to have to feed on. And as you can see, it has withered mine away over the centuries. It is a leech, you know. It grants It grants very strong powers, and even in my frail condition, I could still do some interesting things. But you sacrifice a lot when you use it.
At this point, I'd rather sacrifice myself for the good of everyone else.
It's painful, and you will have a hard time finding your way out of here. You also know, then, that... Well, I guess maybe you don't know. You suspect that the light above me is the orb, or do you not?
We've heard that, yes.
Yes, I thought so. Yes, I think that's the orb. The orb doesn't glow that bright on its own all the time. No, no, no. The orb is right here, and she pulls out a necklace. And on this necklace is a white orb. It's not as bright, but it does glow a little bright, a little white light. And it says, "It's here. If you wish, you can take it, but be forewarned. Once I pass and it chooses you, you'll not see again."
What powers? What powers does it give you?
Powers does it give you? Well, in a scent of, in what appears to be a little bit of irony, it gives you the power to light any room a bright, radiant white. as if it was mocking you. Still, it can protect you, it can heal you or your allies. But it only heals the good, it harms the evil or the unaligned. You must truly, truly be good in order to receive the effects of this orb.
I have faith in my compatriots, but what will be of you?
Oh, I'm already dead. My soul is long gone.
And what will be of the light above?
The light above will remain. If the fools think it's a gift from Moradin, it's just a magical spell I placed there many, many years ago. Part of the orb's power is to shine a bright, radiant light, and during my downtime I decided that I would concentrate that power on that one spot. It should last them another 100 years or so, after which I suspect the city will be thrown into chaos because they'll feel Moradin has left them. But such is the folly of man.
If you cannot see, how do you know if anyone's around you? How are you aware of your surroundings?
Foolish child, I've told you the orb speaks to me.
Is it painful?
Well, having your eyes melt is a bit painful, yes.
I look at her just sitting there. Was it worth it?
Is it worth it? I have seen or experienced a great many things. I've saved a great many lives doing what I did. It is a great burden to have on your shoulders, and yet it does bring me a smile on my face knowing the lives I've saved and the people I've allowed to live because of my actions. And still, I cry every now and again, knowing that I'll never have the life I wanted to have.
Well, with my group, lives seem to have been destroyed by curses, by mutations.
Well, we all have different paths to take, don't we?
If I was to
Can I have
take
your
this,
blindfold?
yeah, I was just about to say, if I was to take this, may I have your blindfold?
You want my blindfold, huh? Well, here, I've been making this over the years. It's taken quite a bit of time, but I feel it'll work well, and she pulls out what appears to be essentially a blindfold. A new one, a fresh one she's made. I assure you, if you want my particular blindfold, please don't be shocked at what you might see.
Is the blindfold she handed me, is it
It's
of
clean.
good quality?
You know, it's clean. Seems to be soft.
I take that and ask her, will I be taken when I touch the orb, or when I wear it?
Will I be... what?
Like the necklace, will I be taken by the orb if I touch it, or do I have to wear it?
As soon as you... once the orb is removed from me, and then you actually grab onto it and touch the orb, then it'll be complete.
I rip off a bit of my